Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about 6 Bannerlord mechanics that makes the game easier to play. Let's get right to it. First, if you ever encounter this situation where you are pretty much out of luck, you have been attacked by a party that extremely overwhelms your party, you couldn't negotiate peace because they wanted too much that you don't have on your person, and also if you have this option grayed away because you do not have enough men because maybe you were just in so many battles and battles kept coming. Here is how you at least take the loss with some grace and save some of your stuff, okay? So what I suggest you do is, one thing, whenever you get into one of these battles, your party screen will be like inaccessible. You can't click on it, but your inventory is still accessible. Now here's my best suggestion before actually going into this battle, and obviously we're going to lose this battle, unfortunately. It just is what it is. But what you should do is go to your inventory, and what you want to do is, if you have a lot of loot, let's say we were in a lot of battles, we loot a lot of stuff, go to your value, find the highest value, right over here. And now, even if you don't have any companions, it kind of sucks because you only have the one main character's inventory to fill up. And pretty much what I suggest you do is fill up your inventory with all the best items you have on this side of the screen, because once you lose the battle and get imprisoned, all of this will be gone. But if you put it on your character, guess what? When your character gets released, he will still have it. This goes for the battle outfit and the civilian outfit. So you can fill both of these up. The civilian outfit, obviously, some things can't go into it, but a lot of things can. So you can save a good amount of loot that you have before you have to surrender. Obviously, you could save scum, but if you want to have more immersive gameplay, this is what I suggest you do. And if you have companions, remember, if you have companions in your party, you could use this scroller at the top, and you could fill up their inventory as well. So as you can see right here, he has a basic inventory. I'm going to give him all my weapons, as much as he can take. Next person, all the weapons. And I'm just going to do this until everyone is full of gear. And what's going to happen is, there's a chance they might die in the battle if you have, what do you call it? Deaths in battle enabled. But there's a chance they might not, and that is a chance you have to go for. So once all your stuff is filled, I'm not going to fill out for this video, but fill up as much as you can, everything to the brim, battle and civilian outfits. You're going to click done. You're going to click, I suggest clicking send troops, because attack can kind of, it's a little shaky. Send troops, admit defeat, it is what it is, press done. Now, you're going to have to surrender. My best choice for you is to surrender, because if you try to attack again, that's another chance that more companions can die. So surrender, and as you can see, now, once you get released, you will not have your inventory filled, but the stuff that's on your character, you will still have. And if your companions do survive, you can recall them back to your party and get the gear off of them as well. So that's the best way. If you ever get in this bad situation, that is the best way to save as much as you can. Second, if you want to increase your party size as quick as possible and as easily as possible, all you have to do is level up your steward skill. Your steward skill gives you party size. So every 4 levels of steward, you will get 1 more party size. Now, how do you level this up quickly? As you can see, I barely have any levels into it. Well, it's actually super simple. All you have to do is get a diverse number of food. Now, what do I mean by this? It's very simple. Go to any town. I want to suggest going to villages, because they only have like maybe 2, 3, or 4 at most different types of food. You need to diversify and get as many types of food as possible. Have your troops eat it, and your steward skill will skyrocket, and so will your party size. So let's go to the town. Let's go to the food. And as you can see, here's all the food that they have. Let's take all this. And again, you can do this at any time. It does require some dinars, as you can see right over here, but you can sell some gear just to offset the cost. Do a little bit of raiding. Not that hard to do. So get every single type of food that you can. We don't need that much of it. There we go. Just make sure you have it always in your inventory, okay? A little bit stocked up of each. We'll spend like 3K. There you go. Let's do that. There it is. Now that we have this, if we wait some time, you're going to see our steward skill go up. Pretty much at every daily take, our steward skill should be going up, because we're pretty low level. But then again, it still works as you get to the higher levels as well. Boom, as you can see, I just gained 7 skills in Steward, and I'm now 25. So we just boosted from 18 to 25 just like that. Very easy, very simple, and obviously, I suggest getting the frugal wages. It's a little bit better. And now let's keep waiting for one more day. And as you can see, we gained another 5 points in Steward. So we just went from 18 to 30. And now as you can see, our party size has... We've gained 3 more party size just like that in the 2 minutes that I just showed you. Very easy, very simple. Get more focus points into it. Get more skill points into the intelligence tree. And you can level up your Steward very, very quickly. And increase your party size very, very quickly. Plus, Steward has some very good perks as well. Third, when it comes to companions, you have to realize that companions, they do spawn with random stats, okay? And sometimes the companions that you have on your screen or in your encyclopedia, and the way to reach this, here's the encyclopedia, go to Heroes, make sure Wanderers is checked out in the occupation, and these are all of the companions that are currently available in Calradia on your save. These populate over time as well. So if you do not have any good or viable candidates, or if you don't have anybody who, you know, really fits the mark for you, just wait a little bit and more will populate as time goes on. So you will always have a constant, steady flow of companions. So do not worry if your companions die. You can always replace them, and you could always get more as time goes on. Fourth, when you are smithing, make sure you do not smith alone. It is a very common mistake a lot of people make early on. When you are smithing and you want to take smithing very seriously and you want to get as many upgrades or as many recipes or blueprints as possible, as soon as possible, and also have all the refined bonuses, which you can get from the smithing tree right over here. Where is it? Smithing tree right over here. As you can see, sometimes you have to choose between one bonus or the other. What I suggest you do is you smith with your companions or family members as well. What do I mean by this? Whenever you're smithing, let's go enter the smithy. If you click on your character right over here, and you have companions or family members in your party, they have to be in your party, they pop up, and you can switch between your main character and your companion. And what I suggest you do is, when it comes to the smithing skills, let's say, for example, you got this on your main character, right? This makes you more efficient whenever you produce charcoal, but you lose out on the efficiency of making crude iron. So what you want to do is, your main character gets one, your companion gets the other, and then whenever you want to make charcoal, you use your main character. Whenever you want to make iron, you use your secondary character, because that character has the bonus. And this way, you can always just utilize and be as efficient as possible, because you don't want your main character to make the crude iron when he does not have the perk. You want to use the companion that has the perk, and then the main character who has this perk, if that kind of makes sense. So to be as efficient as possible, do not smith alone. Fifth, when it comes to raiding a village, here's how you get the most bang for your buck, okay? So first, whenever you raid a village, you have to take a hostile action, and you have 3 choices. You can either raid the village, where you will just stand there, and there will be ticks that go along, and every single tick you will receive resources and also dinars. Then you have your second option, which you will force the notables to give you recruits, which they will give you about 5 to 10 literally tier 1 recruits, which aren't worth much. And then force peasants to give you goods. They will give you a small percentage, I would say about 20-30% of what is inside the village. Again, not anything crazy. And then also, if you decide to raid the village after you force these notables to give you their goods or recruits, you will receive only 4 ticks of resources. Now, why is the first option the best option? When you click raid the village, I'm going to click it right now. Let's send troops. Let's get these guys out of here. There you go. We get all our stuff. Now, in this process right over here, we have 20 ticks of resources. So this loading bar is going to tick 20 times. Every single time it ticks, we will receive resources, the main production of the village, right? Just regular resources they might have, main production of the village, and also 10% of the hearth, which this village has a very high hearth of 670, we will receive 10% of that in dinars. And we'll receive it 20 times. Now the hearth will go down because we are raiding the village, but we will still receive 20 ticks. If we were to choose the other two options of forcing the notables or forcing the peasants, we would only receive 4 ticks plus the recruits if we did the noble option, and a little bit of resources if we did the other option. But now let's go through this, and as you can see, every single time it ticks, we will receive a bunch of resources, bunch of food, and dinars. This is the best way to do it. Yes, this leaves you open for attacks for a little bit longer, but if you're really far away from the battlefield and you have time for it, or if you have a big enough army, this is the best thing to do. As you can see right now, this is where you're going to have to stop. And in Bannerlord, you can just stop raiding and still keep all of these items. So we're going to end raiding. We got all the items that we needed, and we're going to now run away. And you continuously keep doing this whenever you want to raid villages. Sixth, if I wanted to play devil's advocate, the reason why you would choose the options of forcing a notable to give you recruits or forcing peasants to give you goods and pretty much missing out on 16 ticks of income is if you want to financially ruin the enemy kingdom. What do I mean by this? Whenever a village is fully raided and the loading bar fills up, that means that the village will be unable to produce anything for a while until it's built back up. It will ruin the hearth, and in turn it will ruin the income of the kingdom. If you raid enough villages, you can really economically destroy a kingdom, make a lot of their lords very poor because they don't have the income to support armies, to support themselves, and in total, you can really roll over them. So if we choose these options, let's do the forced goods. There we go. There it is. As you can see, again, we didn't receive too much. I think we're going to save it after this one. There it is. As you can see, they barely gave us anything. And like I told you, this is worth 16 ticks, as I showed you in the previous little, in the previous example. We're going to press done. And now we can raid it still. And now as you can see, we only have 4 more ticks left, instead of the initial 20. There you go. But now, since you have successfully raided this village is unable to really do anything until it builds itself back up. And you have successfully made a dent in the enemy's economy. And if you do this for multiple villages, you can really, really financially destroy a kingdom.